Do you want to know what these t-shirts made with HTB have in common with these car decals, or maybe these other car decals? Or let's go beyond. How about these vinyl door signs made for a restaurant have in common with these car magnets? Still no clue? Well, the difference is that they were all made with a very cheap vinyl cutter, and that cheap vinyl cutter is the Silhouette Cameo 4, which barely costs $300, and that is affordable for most budgets. But that is of course just the price for the vinyl cutter, because if you want to make medium projects on bigger decals, you will need other tools in order for you to make it work with your Silhouette Cameo 4, and we're gonna tell you all about it, because this is not something we heard from somebody, but we have actually put this machine to the test. So we're going to show you everything we have done with the Silhouette Cameo 4 over the years. But before we do, I invite you guys to give us a like if you like this video, also subscribe and turn on your notification bell to be notified when we post our next video. So let's begin. Making t-shirts with Silhouette Cameo 4. Now let's begin with the brand. What kind of brand do we use for making t-shirts with HTB? The brand that we use is Scissor Easy Weed, and the settings for cutting this vinyl is blade at 5, cut force at 18, speed at 8. But of course, we always encourage you to make your own tests before cutting any bigger designs. Now, you do not need a cutting mat for this type of vinyl, because we get that question a lot. Now, do you know that you can also make screen printing t-shirts with your Silhouette Cameo 4? We already premiered this episode where we do stencils and use speedball paint for screen printing and use a hand brush to do it manually. I invite you guys to check out the episode in our channel. You can also make t-shirts with glitter, and the brand that we use for glitter is the Scissor Glitter, and the settings are the same. Of course, always make your own tests too, and we heat press for the same time and temperature. We do 15 seconds for 320 Fahrenheit. And before you ask, no, you do not need a cutting mat for cutting scissor glitter. Making car decals with Silhouette Cameo 4. Now let's start with the brand. The brand that we use is Oracle 651, which is the most common vinyl that we use for decals, which can last between 4 to 5 years, and it is for outdoor purpose. Now for Silhouette Cameo 4, you will need the 12-inch vinyl roll, and the settings for cutting this vinyl is blade at 3, cut force at 10, and speed at 6. But of course, make your own test first before cutting any bigger designs. And no, you do not need a cutting mat for this type of vinyl also. However, if you want to make medium to big car decal projects like this one, you're going to need the application rollers to align your vinyl roll with the Silhouette Cameo 4, even though it comes with its own vinyl holder, but it is too small and it can break easily, especially if you are using bigger rolls like the 10-yard or 50-yard vinyl rolls. But the good thing about this tool is that you can use it to apply your own transfer, which is its main purpose. But the reason why we use it for aligning the vinyl with the Silhouette Cameo 4, it's because it gets a better grip when making bigger cuts, especially when working on bigger decals. But you need to learn how to align it, so I invite you guys to check out the full episode. Now, when we said that we have made thousands over the years with this machine, it's because it is true, and car decals is perhaps the most profitable item that you can make with your Silhouette Cameo 4. Like for example, this episode that we already premiered years ago about this car decal project that it was made with the Silhouette Cameo 4. But I invite you guys to check out all the episodes related to Silhouette Cameo 4 by RDI. Making car magnets with Silhouette Cameo 4. Now, making car magnets is the second most profitable item that you can make with your Silhouette Cameo 4, as we have shown you on this episode. And of course, the settings for cutting the vinyl is the same as Oracle 651, which is the same type of vinyl that we use for making car magnets. Now, the type of transfer that we use for applying car decals or decals on a magnet is the R-Tape Clear Choice AT75. However, be careful because this is a high-tack transfer. Making car magnets, it's a very convenient item to make because you can make it in the comfort of your house. And you can also use the proper tools by making it faster and easier for you. One of the items that we use for layering colors, especially for this type of designs, is the rapid tag. We use this method to layer the designs on top of each other, and no, it does not affect the adhesive on Oracle 651. So you can safely apply as much rapid tag as you want. But just keep something in mind. The more you apply, the longer it will take to dry. You can sell this item by the pair or as single. And the most common size that we sell is the 24 by 12, which is suitable for smaller cars, or the 24 by 14, which is suitable for most pickup trucks. Making vinyl signs for a restaurant using Silhouette Cameo 4. Now, we have recently premiered this episode where we make some vinyl signs for a restaurant using the Silhouette Cameo 4. And of course, we use Oracle 651 for this project and the same methods for layering colors. We invite you guys to check out the full episode. And the settings for cutting Oracle 651 are the same. And no, you do not need a cutting mat, even though I have repeated that, but that is a very common question that we get when making decals with Silhouette Cameo 4 or HTV vinyl for t-shirts. The great thing about Silhouette Cameo 4 is that the software can be used for free, and the software is Silhouette Studio. We have also tutorials on how you can vectorize images and do other stuff with your Silhouette Studio. You can always upgrade to the professional level if you want to use other tools in your Silhouette Studio. Now, you might be wondering, how do we make sales? Well, as we have mentioned many times before, we encourage you guys to make posts on social media like Instagram, Facebook groups, and other social media that are good for making sales. But this particular project, we got the lead by going to the restaurant and we met the owners. So we offer our services and we encourage you guys to do the same. So if you go out to eat a lot, it'll be a good way for you to make sales. Pay attention if the restaurant does not have the hours and offer your services. Now, based on our experience with this machine over the years, what is our opinion about buying and getting this machine? Well, our opinion is that it is a very good machine for the price. However, keep this in mind. No matter what machine you get, you will always run with the possibility that you may have a bad experience. However, that does not mean that the machine or the company is bad. And that is why we encourage you to check out for ratings, feedbacks, and make sure that you will have customer support in case of something goes bad before you buy your machine. And also make sure that there's plenty of tutorials on how to use whatever machine is that you're planning to get. Another thing that you need to understand is that you get what you pay for. So if you get the Silhouette Cameo 4, which is a 12-inch vinyl cutter, you will make great things. But if you want to make more money, you will need to invest more money. That is our policy, because there is a difference between a 12-inch vinyl cutter and a 24-inch vinyl cutter. So you will need to get a bigger vinyl cutter after you start your business. So the Silhouette Cameo 4 is a good way to start, but if you can invest in a bigger machine, that'll be great, because there is a difference between making vinyl signs with the Silhouette Cameo 4 like this one and making bigger vinyl signs for a restaurant with the graphic like this one, which cost over $1,200. So you're not going to compare a few $100 project to a $1,200 project. Just keep that in mind. So this is it for this video, guys. We really appreciate if you give us a like, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell. We really appreciate you. We will see you again very soon.